Joshua, I'm not gonna try. I'm not. Don't let me try that. Don't let me try.
Ogwahamba.
Okay, so welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Joshua Ogwamba, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, you
I need to
tried.
clap for myself. So he is the founder of.
Co-founder. Actually.
Oh yeah, co-founder.
Yeah.
Co-founder of Sheruta. So a quick one. Just introduce what Sheruta is.
Okay. I'm Joshua, and Sheruta is an online platform, online housing assistance platform, basically for we assist people getting apartments and give them the opportunity to lease their spaces too. And that's just what the platform is about in a short definition.
Just a very short
definition, yeah. So it's just an interesting. We all know the problems we face in accommodation searching in Nigeria. For both ladies and young Nigerians, on the average, it's very difficult to get a place to stay, maybe somewhere closer to work or somewhere that they can afford. So, after experiencing that problem, during NYC period, so I was like, we saw this problem, and I was like, how do we solve it in our own way? The way that we feel like would help the average young Nigerian finding an apartment. So that's just it.
Okay. So we're going to go on a quick break, and the time is 60 minutes past 10. So we're going on a quick break. You know that problem that you saw. That's where we're going to start from, because I know rent issues is always a big problem. So that one that you saw,
it's a major problem. It's a very big problem, and it's going to even get worse.
It's going to get worse. Okay. So just let us put the comma there.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on a quick break.
Okay.
So stay tuned, guys.
Yeah.
You are listening to Lagoon Radio.
Just smile, your pictures taken. Say choose, your history's written. Let all the fears go out the door. Shut Shut your doors and keep them out, but keep the picture of your dream beside your heart. Oh, we're levitating. This joy is elevated. When you find your pace within the race.
Lagoon Radio.
Okay, so welcome back, and then we still have Joshua. I'm not going to murder your son name.
You don't. That's fine.
So yeah, so I said we should go on. We should put a comma where you stopped. So yes, let's start from there. You know, this rent issue that you mentioned, like it was a big issue for you, right? Or a major issue, right?
Yeah, that was a major issue, and yeah, it's really. I think there's a lot of problems when it comes to the rental market in Nigeria, especially in urban cities.
Yeah.
Like Lagos, Port Harcourt, all those things. There's always going to be that issue of rent going up and going higher as population increases and urbanization increases too. The rent and the demand for spaces is going to go higher, and it's going to space is basically going to become more valuable, basically. So it's going to be difficult for the Nigerian young Nigerian that are just coming up, or average Nigerian. Let me just use average
let's
Nigerian.
just say someone that just graduated from school.
So yeah, so imagine someone that just graduated from school expecting to cough out how much basically. So instead, maybe spending about ₦1 million just to get a place closer to work, if not more. So imagine you now, if you're working.
So I'm trying to understand how ₦1 million. What are you looking for with ₦1 million?
How? Getting a space in okay, if you're looking for a space in somewhere like your workplace is somewhere on the island,
okay,
and you need somewhere closer to work to avoid traffic. You know how it took me to get here too. So you're going to budget about ₦1 million annually to get a space. Sure. It depends on the location.
Okay, what space are we looking at?
Maybe from self-con, if you're including average cost of self-con on the island should be about between 700 to about $1 million, over $1 million, depending.
So it's over $1 million now.
It depends. Total cost.
Yes.
Total cost of everything to get a place.
Yeah. Okay. So that's also determined by the location.
Yes, it's depending by location. Somewhere in VI you can't get anything less than about that amount, if not more. And then somewhere in Lekki, almost that amount too. So you spend a lot to get places. Approximately, I know from what we have seen listed on our platform, about 900 total package and all that. So it's very difficult to, as a young Nigerian or as a young person just coming up, it's very difficult to get those spaces and acquire spaces closer to your offices. And it's not going to, life is not just about saving for rent. Do you get?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we came up with this concept and sharing apartments. And yeah, I think it's something that has always existed in the background, but it's coming up a bit more now of recent because of the cost of living in Lagos and other places. So that's just it. Interesting.
So you see this sharing of apartments, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know I've had few people that would tell me, I just want someone that I can share an apartment with, maybe a female or a guy or something. Initially, when I heard about it, I think that was last year or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My head, I was not like, you just want to get a random person to, like, you know, like the way the person asked was, do you know anybody that? And in my head, I'm like, even if I know someone, security wise,
yeah,
I mean, how would you just get someone into your own space like that?
Yeah, so it has, like I said, it has always existed. I too didn't know that it was much of a big deal until I started serving. And when I started serving, I noticed a lot of requests on WhatsApp groups and all that. People asking, "Oh, I have a space, so I just got somewhere in Lekki. I'm looking for someone to share the rent with. I've not yet rented the place. I'm looking for someone to share the rent with. Oh, I'm still looking. No, I'm looking for somewhere I've not yet found, but it's within this location and this is my budget. Okay. So I'm looking for someone to pair up with so we can find a place together." So I noticed a lot of those issues, and then I was like, okay, out of curiosity, I just listed. So a friend, I don't know how, a friend just asked me that, "Oh, do you have someone that has a place that's looking for his place, so and so place?" So I was like, okay, let me see what I can do, because I saw a lot of people listing. So I just carried it. I think I posted it on one of those groups, and someone connected to me and was like, oh, I'm really interested. And from there, the person got the place. So I don't know, about 1 or 2 people got back to me and were like, oh, so I connected them and all that. Then after a while, another friend again told me about it, told me that he was looking for a space, someone to take a space in his room or in his apartment. And I listed it on a platform, and then I got someone there. Yeah. So it has always existed, and there are always going to be like complications, because you're living with different human beings. Yeah. But it's not as complicated as people would like to make it look. It has always, it's in European countries, that's what has existed there and all that.
Yes,
and so so it's an interesting period for the rental market, because I did some research before this, and I noticed that the young Nigerian, our population is like 60%.
Yeah,
we're about 60% of the population. So, and most of these people are still in schools, secondary schools, and all that. So imagine those people when they finish and enter the labor market. What is going to happen with the low housing availability in Nigeria? So it's going to be a very big problem, and I feel like co-living is here to stay, and there's nothing is here to stay. It's just how to adjust and make it more convenient,
make it
for
acceptable, right?
Not acceptable, because whether they like it or not, whether any party in the real estate industry likes it or not, it's going to exist. So it's just how to make it more convenient for all parties.
Yeah,
you get. So that's just it.
Okay, so that's pretty much interesting, and it's even good that you're able to, how they say, provide solution to the needs of people. But then, so now let's look at this your app, right? I know I went through it several times. I went through it, and then I saw if you're looking for a female, or if you're looking, like, there were those options there.
Yeah.
So now, as a landlord, like, you know, the general thing is landlords generally have this thing of, I don't want female, I don't want this female, or I don't want this person from this state. Oh, you're from Kogi State, or you're from Ondo State. I don't want to see my
Anambra State.
Okay.
It depends on. Are you done with the question?
Yes, go on. Just go on.
So there is, that has always existed, but I feel like as time is going on and improving, people are beginning to realize that, or especially property owners, they're beginning to realize that it's beyond that. It's about whether you're from this state or you're from that state. There's a demand. There's a particular. It has gone beyond tribe. It's still about tribe for some people, but I think people are beginning to get more open-minded when it comes to looking for people to rent their spaces. More, I think the biggest issue is for females, and I think that's why our platform always is more inclined to females. More females are always listing and coming in because they are looking. A girl gets a place, they would rather look for somebody that has a place and share with that person than going through that stress of
getting it alone. Because there's a lot of advantages when it comes to a female to staying with someone and her staying alone, basically because of issues with rent, landlords wanting a male, or if you're a female you have to be married, all those kind of things. So they would rather share with a female too that already has a place, from our own observation. That's when it comes to that problem about landlords and their selective nature. I feel like it's going to exist. It's always going to exist too, but it can be brought down. It can be minimized with better education. There are many ways you can know. It's not about tribe. Exactly. It's not about tribe. It's not about gender.
It's not even about gender. You get? It's about how the way, if you can afford to stay in a place. Get me. My own problem is, if I'm a landlord, get me my money.
Exactly.
And let my property be clean.
Exactly.
Let my property not have issues. That should just be your major focus. You get? So if you do background checks, once there are background checks and certain things to know, oh, that's the major thing you should be focusing on, not based on where the person is coming from. I think more as the younger people are beginning to get properties and all that, it's just going to be a situation where it will improve.
Yeah, too.
There'll be an improvement. I am seeing improvements here and there. So I don't think it's much of a problem now, especially with these new real estate developers.
Yeah.
What they're just looking for is people that can occupy their apartments, get your occupy my apartment, keep my make sure that you're not messing it up. And when the bills is really time for me to pay your bills and all that, you're paying it.
Won't speak any English.
Yeah, so that's just it. So
okay,
it's going to improve. It's just going to improve in time.
All right. So let me now ask you on your what actually made you to just start up the app? It's different for you to say, okay, like I know people that just link people up there and says, oh, someone needs this thing. But for you to actually go into it, like, okay, I'm doing this as a business, you know.
So, at one point when I noticed that I told you about the first and second and I got the spaces up already, I was like, I started getting lots of more demands.
Okay.
So it was getting to a point that demands were getting much. So I was like, okay, let me create an Instagram platform, an Instagram account for this, and then be listing there, just be connecting people. And then it got to a point that it was people were coming, people were listing and all that, but it got to a point where demand was now high.
Really?
Yeah, demand was high. It got to a point that people were always looking, do you have a space? Do you have a space? Do you have a space? And then demand was now getting higher than supply. And I was like, okay, how are we able to expand this to a way that we can make everybody connect themselves?
Yeah.
So that's where my co-founder came in, and Chukwemeka, he has been a friend for a long time. So I've always told him about this, and he has always been interested. So he was like, let's do this now. We can just create this, see how it works. And that's how we created the platform. So we created it based on our knowledge of what we believe people are searching for and what they're looking for. So it's you can create a request on the platform, put your information about who you are and what you do, certain things. Then also we get to verify you. We verify your identity. Yeah. We're working on bringing up a new feature where we verify your background.
Okay, because that's very important.
Yeah, so we do your background check for you and for the other people. So, that's
so we hold you accountable.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold your app accountable.
How?
Like the landlord is going to hold you accountable for the background check, and then
the background check when it comes up, yes, will be held accountable when the background check comes up. But identity, we identify the person, so that people that are using the platform know that I know who I'm talking to. This is the person that I'm actually talking to, not that you are being misrepresented or somebody is pretending to be another person. So you use we are partnering with a platform called You Verify to do that. Verification process.
And how has it been so far?
Yeah, so it's been an interesting journey. We get quite good use of the website. It's a web app, not an app yet, but it's a web app. So it functions as an app on the web. It's been interesting. People come, people connect, people get places together, and the journey so far, we've not had any complaints, not had any issues. Sometimes people just want to stay short stay, or just maybe they're looking for a 6 months place. Sometimes they get what they want, and sometimes they have to wait before they get what they want. So it's just to expand. We are even getting requests for places like Enugu, Ibadan. Yeah, we're not yet going to explore those places. So I'm like, we are still working on that. Ibadan, Enugu, Abuja, Port Harcourt.
So now I'm going to put on that comma. So we'll go on a quick break. Then when we come back, we'll continue from the locations. All right, so we'll be listening to Joshua. Let me just call him. Let me mother my mouth. Mother my name and his name, and then we'll be speaking with Joshua. And yes, we'll be going on a quick break. Do well to follow us on our social media platform. My name is still Olumakaiye. We'll be right back.
You are You are listening to Lagoon Radio.
Faithful through the ages. God of Abraham, you're the God of covenant and faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven you do just what you said. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. Oh, seasons change, you remain the same. God from age to age,
to Lagoon Radio.
Okay, so welcome back. Yes, and now we've been speaking to Joshua of Sherita app, where they do the
Sherita.Ng. Yeah, peer-to-peer online assistance platform.
Okay, so before we have a topic already.
Yeah.
So before
What are the topic?
but I'm not here on the topic. So before we go there, let's finish where we are, where we put the comma. So we're talking about locations. Okay, so I know there are some locations that, especially for NYSC coppers, that are like prime locations. Let's say Enugu, like in the east. Let's say Enugu, right? Enugu is what we call coast city now.
Yeah.
Enugu. Yes, that's it. Enugu. So let's look at Abuja, Port Harcourt.
Those are the hot demand.
Demand. So do you have places in the north?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Because everybody's running away.
I don't know if they have places in the north. Kaduna, I think people would like Kaduna. I don't know. I've not really even thought.
So
the places I know that are hot, are just two places: Abuja and Lagos. If I'm being honest.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's just Abuja and Lagos, especially.
So you mean you've not gotten anybody that wants Ondo? Huh?
No.
Please, better start looking for people that want Ondo.
No, so when it comes to sorry, what are we talking about? Are we talking about locations when it comes to apartments?
Yes.
Locations. Okay, yeah. It's like I said, there are like 4 places. We're just currently focused in Lagos, but we want to move to see how we can work with Abuja, Ibadan, which is Oyo. Based on demand that we've been getting. Abuja, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, which is Rivers, and
I'm sure you've gotten Ogun State.
Yeah, we've gotten Ogun State. Of course, Ogun State is going to be involved because it's just like
close to
it's
Lagos.
an extension of Lagos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure you've gotten Ogun State.
Yeah. Ogun State is there, but I don't really count it because I always forget to call it because I call it part of Lagos somehow.
We are different too. We're different too. It's different system.
So yeah, it's Lagos and Abuja mostly, but we are dealing with Lagos currently just there.
Joshua, please do me a favor. On your app, go and announce. Ondo State is available. People cannot. You can't throw my state in the back like that. No, it's not possible.
Yeah, it depends, Let's see how things go. It's based on demand.
Okay, that's just what you said, anyways.
Yeah.
But I'm actually excited that there's actually a app that people can actually go to and then search for I don't say partners. I mean, what do you call them? Do we call them co-livers now?
Flatmates.
Flatmates.
Yeah, flatmates.
And then I can imagine you should actually have this drama where you have flatmates drama because there will always be drama, especially when there are 2 females that you know.
So one thing I like doing most times we offer virtual inspections and then physical inspections, but most times I do physical inspections.
Okay.
And because I do like to hear what these people say when they just be around them and see. So I do that period when it's during inspections. I just get to meet other flatmates. There were these interesting 2 girls that are looking for someone in Sulere.
Okay.
So they're looking for somebody, and then I just got there and inspected, and they I asked them, how do you guys cope? How do you say it's been interesting? So the other girl just came back from UK.
Okay.
And the reason why they're looking for a flatmate, the 3rd flatmate is a 3-bedroom. So the 3rd flatmate, she traveled. She had to relocate for her studies in the UK. And then the 2nd and the other flatmate, the other one just came back from UK too. So she moved in. So she was like, at first she was a bit uncomfortable with the whole situation, but then with time you just get to bond. I think it's just based on finding someone that you connect with, have similar interests with. As a human being, you're always going to have conflict.
Yes.
Even when you're married, you still have conflict.
That's about social beings.
Yes, that's why social beings. You're going to. I'm sure 2 of you have quarreled.
No, she's my boss.
But they wouldn't have been the one.
No, I'm loyal to my boss.
Okay, maybe because based on that relationship, it can be kind of different.
Even if you see outside, she's still my boss. So I cannot do it.
So it's about understanding. Most times when during inspections, I say don't do what you do to yourself. Don't give what you
Yes.
cannot take
Yes.
in that situation. Do you get? So it's based on understanding you guys, and that's why we're creating the platform to be able to we're working more to improve the platform in a way that you're able to select people, connect with people that you vibe with most.
Okay.
You to get to avoid that excess conflict. And most times these people are working class people. They don't have time.
They don't
They
have
go
that
to work by 6 or 5 in the morning and come back by 8.
So
So
do you ensure they are working class people?
70% of the time they're working class. 70 to 80% of the time, if I'm being honest. And so it's most likely the opportunity is designed for people that are working class. So most
Okay,
times
so that's what I was going to ask you next. Like, do you like
we so in the platform we have a way where we can list that are you employed or are you
Okay.
self-employed and all that, so
Okay.
people can see, oh, this person is
okay.
someone that is employed. So you
Employed,
can
yeah.
get to choose. We give you the option of selecting who you, like I said, who you vibe with most, who you connect with most
Okay.
on the platform. So once you know the profile, you check the person's profile. Okay, this person is self-employed. Where is he working? Who is he working with? And all that. So then we'll work on the background check, which we are not yet. The feature is not yet available now, but we are available by first quarter of
Next
next
year.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. I like the fact that you also said you have the opportunity for people to choose. So like if I'm an introvert, I'm not going to go and get someone that's an extrovert and I'm complaining that she makes noise too much or she goes out or he doesn't, he brings in his friends and all those things. I know all those would always come in, people complaining that, oh, she messed up this place. All those, that one is their own wahala at this point. It's not your own ethic and everything. Okay, so let's now look at the topic that we're looking. We'll just look at it like we'll breeze through it, right? Because I went on your page on LinkedIn and I saw that you actually had. Now looking at it, so Joshua is a PhD holder because I saw your article there on peer to peer, and I was like, yeah, a PhD holder. This one that you decided to teach us on LinkedIn. So yeah, I saw you did something on peer to peer as an alternative for apartment hunting in Lagos.
Yeah.
That's familiar. So can you just pick something?
So like I said, we noticed that demand was more than supply, and then from once we created the Instagram page, we noticed that people were actually
Okay.
people were actually looking for. We noticed that people were actually looking for locations and people they can find spaces within that location.
Okay.
So we created like an opportunity where, like a community, the goal of the platform was to create a community for flat share seekers.
Okay.
Basically, that's just the goal. So you create a community where you have an apartment, you can list it,
Okay.
but it just doesn't. It's way beyond that. So
Okay.
you are looking for a place, you can connect with somebody that's also looking for a place within that location. So
Okay.
that's what we call P2P. And then if you're moving out, you can also list another. But all this is just in connection as far as the landlord is involved and knows. So, yeah.
Okay. So now let's round up and then I'll ask you. So when as an investor, a landlord, so I come to meet you or I contact you and I list my property with you. Is there any charges?
Yeah, there will be some charges, commissions and all. Have to include that depending on the payment plan you like the proposed tenant to have.
Okay.
So so we ask you your options. What would you prefer? Because most times our target audience or our users are most likely young people.
Yeah.
And then they are more open to, and their users are more open to sharing spaces. So we ask you, oh, this is what we do. Are you open to that idea? And most times they don't mind.
Okay.
So they'll be like more. As far as they don't give me trouble. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
We've had like 4 or 5 landlords in that situation. So most times when I ask them, they don't mind.
So they don't mind going for, even if it's monthly.
Okay, the monthly part has been the most difficult part, and we get a lot of demand for that. So my landlords, I think that's what most times what we. it's based on what people demand, what people list as the payment plan, and most times they list as yearly, because the Nigerian system when it comes to renting,
you've not embraced the monthly
I've
plan
not yet embraced it. That's why I keep saying that it's until all the parties involved come together, both the platforms, the landlords or estate owners and all that, and then the government come together and say, okay, we embrace this. That's when it's actually going to work. But if one party embraces it and the other one rejects it, there's always going to be a friction. So it's been a complicated situation trying to convince
landlords,
but it's not that. I think it's even way better when it comes to monthly. There are so many advantages that monthly payment comes with. So you just have to convince them and tell them that
advantages monthly.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to understand though.
It's more of an advantage for the renters.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes. So it is one-sided for
it's
now.
not just one-sided, actually, if I'm being honest. It's not just one-sided. When it comes to monthly, there are more chances that your space will be taken immediately. Immediately. So,
that's true.
Yeah, it's more convenient for a lot of people to pay. And in the long run, you can charge higher.
You know why that monthly might not work for some people.
Why?
Some people like that bulk money and move on.
That's what I'm saying, that they're used to that bulk money. In fact, I was in a situation. Some tenants too also like being bulk. So that when they pay, they know that
problem
has gone for a
now.
While. Yes, but we get a lot of demand for monthly. We're looking for how to.
Exactly, especially people that are salary earners.
Yeah, salary earners.
So you know that okay, if it's 9,000, 10,000, I'm paying my co-livers, my co-tenants. They would all pay the 10,000 and. Landlord, take your money see you till next month again.
Exactly. So it's when it comes to that one, you're always the disadvantage for the young Nigerian is or the renter is every month you have to pay. So money always has to come in. Yes. Imagine if you lose your job.
Exactly. So that's another thing.
Yeah. So
no, it doesn't go forbid to such things. It happens every day.
I just imagine the person. So I'm in Nigeria, so
it happens every day.
So yeah, in that situation now, monthly payment it might be, and then monthly. I think it favors the landlord in the sense that it's not the quick notice is shorter. The notice time to leave the property is shorter.
Lagos State has a law.
Yeah.
I don't know about
when it comes to annual, I think it gets the quick notice when it comes to a year, it's very long.
3 months.
Give you 3 months, Abby. Yeah. So when it comes to a month you're paying, I don't think it's that 3 months. It can't be 3 months. Yeah.
That's true.
So
but we'll see. Anyways, and we have someone that's going to prove us wrong legally. But I still believe it's supposed to be 3 months. As long as
I don't think it's 3 months.
Well, it can't be some days.
To have someone, it can be some days, but I don't think you can't give somebody 3 months to what will not happen to that 1 to 3 months.
We're going to be discussing that one in court.
Where we get someone legal
until someone that can someone can invest it. Okay, so it's been nice speaking to you, Joshua, and congratulations on Sherita.
Thank you.
We hope that you expand to other states because it's very important.
Yeah.
And then most especially, I would want to ask that you go to Borno State also. You in particular, you should also show us picture of you doing your inspection. Okay. In Borno State, It
is well.
Yeah, it is well. Anyway, so it's nice that I know the co-living space. A lot of people have an idea of what it is. That is when different people are actually staying in an apartment together. And then thankfully a lot of developers are already coming up with a property like that designed co-living. Yes.
Yeah,
so there are so many developers that are coming up with that. So I believe that when people invest in it now,
you've heard of them?
Which one?
Like the property people
Property Pro.
No, like people.
Of course,
developers.
Of course.
Yeah. That's.
They work with me now, so we are partners. So I could give you some of them's contact. Anyways, but then the most important thing is getting investors to believe in investing in it because their target audience now
had
is
someone contacting me that he's building something up in Abuja. So
okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so people are really paying attention to
this co-living space, because the demand for it is actually
people don't mind actually, especially young
Nigerians,
young or married Nigerians.
Which one's young or married?
Single Nigerians.
So when it's young or married, yeah.
In fact, sorry for that word unmarried. I don't think because married people too can live in Lagos. You might not be maybe you're coming.
So the husband might be in Ibadan and the wife is in Lagos.
Exactly.
We've even had cases where someone stays in Ketu and then he works in Ibejuleki. He has to have a place close to work until. Have you unmarried him already?
I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
Correct that. Yeah.
All right, no problem. It's been nice speaking to you. And
nice speaking to you too as well.
So this is Land House and Radio Show on Lagoon Radio, where we talk about everything real estate investments, real estate opportunities, every other thing about real estate, bringing stakeholders and everyone doing something big and small in real estate, especially everyone is a stakeholder. So, yes, my name is Ariela Olumakaiye, and I'm your host. You can do well to follow us on our social media platform. On Facebook, it is Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Instagram and on Twitter, it is Lagoonradio.Ng. And also on what do we have again? YouTube. It is like, thank God for my able, what do we call her name? Producer, Koinsola. So on YouTube, it is LagoonTV. And also you can listen to us on www.LagoonRadio.Ng and also download the app on Google Play Store and on the Apple Store. And also for your real estate opportunities, you could go to Lagos House Hunter. Now I'm just like going to do everything. Lagos House Hunter on Facebook and on Instagram. Yes, so it's a wrap for today. And let me wish everyone a happy new month, the month of December, and God's blessings. Like the Anglicans will say, we're in our Advent season already, so we're already celebrating Christmas already in our mind. Thank God for that. So happy blessed week ahead in Jesus' name. Amen. Have a nice day. Bye.
You are listening to Lagoon Radio.